I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. We've had a couple M-class flares already. We're still feeling the Mercury retrograde energy right now, although you might feel a little bit more grounded today. And you might be taking a more practical approach to those emotions, especially during Mercury retrograde. You might not have done so well at the beginning of it, but it is going to continue until January. Just be aware of that, because we're still adjusting to those energies. Although we have our heart and our head finally coming together, although there is a reflection period right now about the values and the priorities that have changed within you. And this kind of continues with the willingness of what you want to put up with in a relationship and then what you're not willing to continue with. But remember, you're still building towards those new ideas and those new goals. Now is not the time to make big decisions. It is never a good time to make big decisions during Mercury retrograde, just so you know. Wait until the new year. But the sun is going to have a lot to play with this, so let's go look at it. We're getting a lot of cosmic energy that is going to be coming in today and through the 16th. We have several CMEs, so let's check that out. So currently we are at a KP3. This is helping push all of that transient plasma into the atmosphere, raising the solar winds right now. So our density kind of spiked a little bit yesterday. And note, Friday and Saturday, we are going to have some higher solar winds. We're going to enter those G1 geomagnetic storm levels. So this is what triggered those higher solar winds yesterday. So we were pretty nominal. This is actually pretty low density, but we did have a slight aurora due to this right now, and the BZ being a little bit more southward. And then this is our solar wind speeds. At the moment, we're very, very low in that. It was pretty stagnant, so it wasn't high velocity at all. Remember that passing CME was very slow moving. So this is the coronal hole. Note there are several spots that are here, and these push that M-class flare, those two M-class flares, into our atmosphere a lot quicker, and that's why we went into those radio blackouts. So these are the flares that we had today. Starting here, we had several C-class flares. 3514 gave us two M-class flares with a partial halo CME that is being analyzed if it is Earth-directed. Note, due to this flare, we also had a filament eruption off of the southwestern limb, although they are analyzing that CME yet again. Now, this is a partial halo CME that area spit out. We are going to see probably effects of this maybe the 16th, 17th. It depends, because we do have several CMEs back to back right now. But note the velocity. We have some bulk around the very low range of 500 kilometers per second, but we also have this larger burst right here at 2,000 kilometers per second. That's what sent us into those radio blackouts. Let's see where that is now. So these are the areas affected. Yet again, like yesterday around South America, it is going to continue pulsing in its absorption and move throughout the day. So you might experience some technical difficulties. Your phones might drain. Your electronics might not work that well, but it has died down as of right now. So here are the sunspots we have today. Most of them, yet again, are very stable, although we are going to look at 3514 that gave us those M-class flares. So this is the only graph that I could find, yet again, on a completely different numbered region, but this right here is 3514. So there are quite a bit of buffers, but once those dissipate, we can have a lot of eruptions, and that is why the percentages are higher in this region. But it is looking like it is coming together rather than trailing apart. So we have a 5% chance of having X-class flare from this region, 30% for an M. C-class flares are just going to continuously happen from here. But note that the proton level is at 5%, and I'm going to show you what that does. But here's a look at that flare popping off, and I'll show you the proton level right after and what happens. This is how you know it is a very strong and fast CME. Not only that, but it has a larger amount of protons, which causes this disruption within the imagery because it is so fast moving. But this is all plasma, guys. And here's our Schumann right now. So we are getting some light spikes, not too much, a little bit more density, but there is a lot of collective purging that is still going on. We are still in Mercury retrograde, so a lot of triggers are kind of prominent, and just roll with it, guys. Don't make any rash decisions. Now is not the time. And we have an increase in the earth frequency. So you might be experiencing yet again those higher ascension symptoms. Make sure you are in the present moment right now. Don't focus on those emotions that were in the past. And remember, we are going to have some additional enhancements come in later. So midday on the 15th, we have a partial halo CME that is coming in that erupted from the 11th. We also have a further enhancement around the 16th from another partial halo CME from the 12th. And then on the 16th, we are going to have the arrival of the CME from the 13th. So back-to-back cosmic energy right now. Remember, this is going to enhance those ascension symptoms. So a lot of the symptoms right now that are prominent are that head pressure, those dry, blurry eyes. You might have some jaw pain, some joint aches, also because our flux energies are going in and out right now. And then we're expected to have some higher proton levels that come in too. So that will also increase those ascension symptoms. So how do you feel? You might be feeling heart palpitations because of higher vibrational frequencies. There's just a lot of symptoms. And if you are curious about what those symptoms are, I have a video pinned on my page just for you. So what energy are you feeling? Did you feel a shift with Mercury retrograde? And how are you building towards this new year? I'm Sarah Starr, and this is your space weather forecast for the day. Love ya!